when I found that like God is calling me, I knew that I had to go and solve that problem because somehow or other is troubling me. I don't find that peace, you know. So I went to talk to someone, but I didn't have anyone in Singapore to talk to because I don't talk to the priest or the religious here. I just go for mass and I go home, end of the story. So what I did is that I met our sisters maybe a year ago. So I had no one to turn to in some way. So I went to, wrote to them and I said, you know, can I talk to you all or see you all? Then they said, yeah, you come out and see us in Malaysia. That was, the sisters were in Malaysia then. So then I went up to see them. Then I think, you know, it's just that basically you go there and then you talk to them, you see how they live, you know. And I think the most important thing was their prayer life. That really attracted me. You know, when I went there and talked to them and also, how to say, you know, pray with them, I knew that was it. And you know, because since I'm a person who wants to solve a problem in straight away, I don't want to like dragging the problem. So when I felt that, you know, I don't feel comfortable, I knew that I had to do something. So I go and talk it out. And you know, I found out that this is it. Only that I think you know it in your hearts of hearts, but you just say, okay, you know, you just drag it along, say, no, that cannot be, you know, that kind of thing. But then when you face the sisters, talk to them, you have to face yourself.
So how old are you when you
21 when I started to discern, but it was a very short time because it was after my dad passed away and all that kind of thing. And I think that's the time when you start to think, what is that called? What is life all about? Because my dad died very sudden of a heart attack. I was 21, so it was hard on me too. You know, at the beginning I was thinking, well, maybe it's just that, you know, I missed him. We were very close. But then after that, I just felt that it couldn't be. When I returned back to my normal life, you know, going do some social, this, that, but it doesn't seem to fit in. You know, like, you know, lives that, you know, when you go to party, you enjoy people's company, going around, but it doesn't seem that, you know, it gives you the peace.
So, how would you describe your life before you like join the sisters or talk to them?
I think life is just that, you know, I have a job. I was doing very well. You know, I was doing secretarial work and all that. So I'm doing very well. I have a group of friends. I'm very happy to go around. You know, as any young people would love to enjoy life, going parties, meeting friends, go for tea, go for this and that kind of thing. That was how life was before. And as long as I go to church, I'm Catholic, you know, so I go to church. I'm not interested in joining all the groups or anything like that, you know. And I think basically is that. And then I suppose ultimately you meet someone, you get married, that kind of thing, you know. I think life was like when before, you know, I do my discernment, or, you know, when I could feel the strong call of God. It is not so easy because I didn't do my formation here. I had to go to Taiwan.
Oh, okay.
That was tough because I don't know Mandarin. I didn't study Mandarin my time. I studied Malay. Yeah.
Were you in Malaysia or Singapore?
No, I'm here, but that time we have a choice.
Malay school or Chinese school?
No. What I mean is that your second language.
Oh, okay.
That time we have a choice of second language, not like today. Everyone has to do, you are Chinese, definitely you're doing Chinese, no other, you know. But for me, we could choose that time. So of course I think Malay, you know, it's the easy way out, that kind of thing, you know. Because Chinese is not easy. I think you all know what is it like, right? Yeah. So when I had to go to Taiwan, one of the first things was the language was a big problem. Yeah. But I was able to accept that. And then we know a bit. Then I went to study too. We had to study. Because how do I do formation? Everything is in Chinese now. I think the most difficult part is to adapt to, not say the structure, or you can say the structure too. I remember, you know, we have to go to bed at 9 o'clock. Wow, that was really hard. You know, you go to 9 o'clock, you go to sleep. Oh my God, you know. And then, you know, on Sunday we are asked to sleep in the afternoon. I mean, that's like, you know, a program that you, like, you know, a program for the convent, no? Then you go to sleep, you know, but it was very hard. Because we sleep at 9 o'clock and it like Sunday afternoon we have to sleep for, let's say, 1 hour, 2 hours. Oh my God, I'm going to go and sleep, you know, that kind of thing. I think the hardest was that for me. And then I being the only girl in the family, I think it was very hard for me to adapt to, you know, people hand down clothes. I never had this problem in my days. Yeah, I think those are little things that you find it very difficult. And also the cultural transition of being in Singapore and in Taiwan. There are certain things that, culturally is not what we do. You wear the sweater, you have to close up everything. Oh, that was very hard on me. Yeah.
Then your family, how was the response towards your?
Oh, beginning was difficult. Yeah, beginning was very difficult. So I always say, even they're Catholics, it's always like they feel like, oh, I'm going to lose a child, but, I mean, the Catholic parents are like, oh, they're very good. Say, okay, oh, your child is very, very good, congratulations. But it comes to your own child. It's a bit difficult. So I always say, if a non-Catholic family, if their parents are against it, it's no surprise.
Yeah.
Even Catholic families are the same.
So how was, after Taiwan you were posted like to Malaysia?
No. I went to Boston first because I had to complete my formation of preparing for perpetual vows. So I went to Boston for about 2 years, yeah. Then I was sent back to Hong Kong. I was working in Hong Kong for about 5 years.
Oh, that's what?
I mean, the work that we are doing, I was in that community.
Okay. Do you all have specific roles? Like some go out more or?
No, I think our community, we work as a team, and the communities that I've gone, besides the one in the States in Boston, which is a big community where they divide all their works. Let's say in Boston, I was also put in different departments. You see, they have the binary, they're printing there. They're printing, they have the binary, they had to, do all the paperwork and all the editorial and all that. And they also have AV departments, means that they do CDs and all that. At that time they were doing CDs and all that, producing CDs and all that. So in Boston is a big community and they do a lot of work. And the bookshops and all that, So it's a whole range of media outreach things that they have. Whereas in Hong Kong we don't have much. We just go out to the schools with our publications or we go to the parishes. Even in Taiwan we had a little production. I remember we had a bit of, printing, cutting the books with the machine. Oh, wow. So scary, that kind of thing, Yeah, and binding the books and all that. So we, in Taiwan we have 1 hour of adoration before the Blessed Sacrament. We have morning, evening prayer, we have meditation, we have half an hour of our own prayer. You talk with the Lord, that kind of things. Our compulsory prayer is the adoration before the Blessed Sacrament. Because we were born with the Eucharist, as we used to say, our congregation, it was before the Eucharist that our founder, had the calling to, start all these congregations.
So it's same throughout all the different countries that you've been?
Yeah. It is our spirituality.
Yeah.
So we have the same.
So do you feel more at home, although you're in a different country, do you feel more at home when you're?
I think, you already feel that you're part of this community, this congregation. Wherever you go, as long as we are daughters of St. Paul, I think we feel at home. No doubt the outside is a bit different, you still have to adapt, But I think if you have lived overseas in one country, you can adapt to any other country because, it's just to adapt to that place. Okay, they're like that. We also, have to try to be, not to be like them, but you also have to have a kind of dialogue with them that is like that. Let's say in Hong Kong, the people are very rough, they don't care whether they're sister or not, So, you tend to also absorb a bit of that. So that's why when I came back to Singapore, I tell myself, hey, hello, you're not in Hong Kong anymore. But then, I think when a person has entered the congregation with a vow of obedience and all that, we know that, we can be sent anywhere. Of course, sometimes we might not like it. Yeah. And I think today, thank God that, there's such a thing as dialogue in the congregations. If you really feel that you cannot, let's say you're sent to Africa or India and, the temperature is not 1,000 degrees, and, you're a person that cannot take it. Of course, you can go and try, but then it really cannot. Now at least there's a dialogue.
Okay. So last time,
you see, the people didn't die either.
Yeah.
You see, I think it's really the strong faith that we are being sent. That we can even persevere through it. It's not so easy. That's why I say, no doubt we can adapt, but you know, when you go to a different country, it's different. When you go to Hong Kong, you have to learn Cantonese. As I say, you know, adaptation is very important. You get adapted to whoever you live with. If you get married also, you're going to live with a family of people that you don't know. If you have your sister-in-law, your brother-in-law, your mother-in-law, you also get adapted to it. Yes, it's a bit different because, I mean, even though you are biologically your sisters, brothers and sisters, but still sometimes they'll have a lot of differences also. Right?
Yeah.
So it's the same. It's just to adapt that, you know, everyone is different and you adapt to one another. It's not easy. It's definitely not easy, I have to say. But you adapt to one another. And then you give and take lah. In this world, you cannot say that everything is yours. Right? You give and take. And I think that is the sacrifice that we make. You see, as a religious, you don't have any sacrifices, in fact. You have everything you need. You know, you have a house to stay, you have enough to eat, you have enough to sleep. No doubt you have to work sometimes, like, you know, a bit harder. But the thing is that the only sacrifice you make is living with people of different personalities and all that. I think that's the only sacrifice. I mean, it's difficult, but it's the only sacrifice I feel that's the most difficult in religious life. To live in community. You see, if you have chosen a life, and you know that God has called you to this life, He will give the grace if you correspond to it. Meaning that you just say, okay, you give me the grace, I'll try my best. Humanly, it's not going to be easy, but I know your grace is there, you know, and you'll be able to go ahead. And you know why you're here. You have chosen this life. If you, what I mean is you marry a husband who is so rascal after that, but you have chosen your life. Maybe today's people don't have this commitment. Because they'll say, you know, nowadays they choose it, you know. It's not the parents say, hey, you marry this guy and go, right? So you choose it, you shall open your eyes to see. So it's very important during the discernment period that you really have to, discern properly and make that decision. And you make a choice. And you lift up your commitment, whatever comes.